What are some advanced concepts for restricting opponents' play? Have you ever wondered how top chess players seem to control the game without making aggressive moves? The secret often lies in restricting their opponent's play. This strategy involves limiting the mobility of your opponent's pieces and controlling key squares on the board. Let's break down some advanced concepts that can help you master this approach. First up is prophylaxis. This technique is all about anticipating your opponent's plans and neutralizing them before they become a threat. For instance, if your opponent is eyeing a specific square to launch an attack, you can position your pieces to block that square. This foresight is a hallmark of skilled players and helps maintain control throughout the game. Next, we have space control and denial. By pushing your pawns forward and placing your pieces on active squares, you can restrict your opponent's movement. Controlling the center of the board is especially important, as it limits where your opponent can maneuver their pieces. A strong pawn structure can create a barrier that keeps their pieces confined. Blockading is another effective strategy. If your opponent has weak pawns, like isolated ones, you can use your pieces to blockade them. Knights are particularly good at this, as they can sit on squares that prevent those pawns from advancing. This immobilizes part of their position and can force exchanges that benefit you. Then there is the exchange strategy. Trading pieces at the right moment can limit your opponent's options. If you notice your opponent has active pieces, consider exchanging them when it suits your position. This tactic can significantly reduce their tactical possibilities. Creating and exploiting static weaknesses is also key. Look for backward pawns or weak squares in your opponent's camp. By controlling these areas, you can restrict their play and force them into a defensive position. Your pieces can then target these weaknesses, making it hard for your opponent to find effective moves. The positional squeeze is an advanced concept that involves gradually tightening your grip on the game. This means reducing your opponent's space and forcing their pieces onto less active squares. The goal is to make it difficult for them to find useful moves, which requires patience and careful maneuvering. Controlling key files and diagonals is another way to restrict your opponent. By occupying open files with your rooks or controlling long diagonals with your bishops, you can limit their piece mobility. This control can cut off their access to important areas of the board. Finally, consider counter-sacrifice and tactical restriction. Sometimes, instead of accepting an opponent's sacrifice, you can make a countermove that disrupts their plans. This forces them to respond defensively, limiting their attacking chances. To effectively apply these concepts, always assess your opponent's threats before executing your plan. Use prophylaxis to stop their ideas early, control space to limit their options, and identify weaknesses to blockade or attack. By combining these strategies, you can restrict your opponent's play and make it easier to convert your advantage into a win.